So we about to go down here and see what the Dissapator did with the Vortex Spitfire 1X prism scope on it. A little 50-yard grouping.
The range is now cold. About touch or half a minute longer, the range is cold. You may go forward, change your target, get back and stay behind the safety line.
Go down here and take a pic, see what this 50-yard target look like. Yeah, and I decided to surprise y'all. I took the A2 carry handle from off of the Dissapator and I put the Vortex Spitfire on there. I just couldn't justify having that Vortex Spitfire sitting on nothing. Don't get me wrong, I love the A2 carry handle, but I gotta have that Vortex Spitfire on something, man. That's a damn good optic. But this is what we're doing at 50 yards right here, man. That's a little 50-yard grouping right there. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to hang up another target, about to shoot another grouping. Then we're going to stretch it out to 100 today too. Usually all I do is 50 and 200. I think we're going to stretch it out to 100 yards today. I don't really fuck with the 100 yards too much because you know I like to run 50-yard zeros. And I already know at 100 yards I'm going to be about a half an inch, 2 inches high at 100 yards. So I still might go ahead and stretch it out to 100 yards though. I got to get 100 yards some justice. But we basically got the Dissapator locked in with the Vortex Spitfire. I got that tight down on there. So we're going to go ahead and, after I shoot this grouping with the Dissapator, we're going to go ahead and move on to the 20-inch. Get the 20-inch right, then we're going to take the 20-inch out to 200 since we got the Vortex Spitfire back. The Vortex Strike Eagle back on the 20-inch. But I'm telling y'all, man, that Vortex Spitfire, man, I don't give a fuck, man. That Vortex Spitfire 1X prism scope, man, that's a damn good optic, man. I literally had that optic for like 3 years, man. Still to this day, man. 50 yards, that bitch shoot. Point of impact, point of aim, man. And that 62 grain IMI, some good ammunition too, man. I finna get me another bulk loading of that when I make my big order for Midway. But once we finish with the Dissapator, we're gonna move on to the 20-inch, get that zero, that 50 yards. Then we're gonna stretch that back out to 200 yards. Let me set the phone down right quick. I had to clean my glasses off. Shit. So we're just going to do a real quick grouping, nothing too much, man. I'll probably do a 10-shot fast grouping. Then I'll do a 10-shot fast grouping of the 55 grain. Then we're done with the Dissapator. We're going to move on to the 20-inch. Yeah, man, I kind of like that 308. I lost the footage with that 308 that I just shot. But this is what we did with that that M118 long range Winchester. That's the grouping we got right there.
Sir, put the firearm down. Step back, please.
So you got to remember, I didn't even zero for that. I just wanted to see what kind of grouping I got, because I really need a fucking trigger and I need me a better optic for that 308. So I'm not going to run that 308 no more until I get me another trigger and a better optic. I done ran all kind of ammo through there, and it's nothing but the trigger. That's all it is that enhanced polished trigger, which is basically a polished mil-spec trigger. I'm going to put that LaRue 2-stage meticulously built trigger on there. And I think I'm going to go at the primary arms 4 to 16 or 4 to 14, whatever that is. I think it's the 4 to 14 with the HUD 308 reticle Then put that primary arms on that 308. That vortex strike equal 1 to 8.
Shooters, put on your eye and ear protection. Range is now hot. I repeat, the range is now hot. You may commence firing.
That strike eagle a good optic, but just not what I want for that 308. But here she go though. I took the A2 carry handle from off of there. We got the vortex spitfire back on there now. We go ahead and shoot this quick little grouping so we can move on to the 20 inch. Now we're going to do 10 in the T-zone with some 55 grains. As you can see, I shoot as fast as I could get back on target. At 50 yards, ain't no waiting no whole damn long time to pull no shot off. Pull the shot off, get on target. And we done with that one. We finna put that one up. We finna move on to the 20 inch. Alright, we're just waiting the car clear, man. Go down there and see what the Dissapator did with the vortex 1X prism scope. We're going to start working on the main battle rifle, the 20-inch with the Strike Eagle 1-8. Go ahead and get that back in the game. While I'm sitting here, go ahead and get a little dry fire practice in, man. You never can have enough dry fire practice. I'm so happy this damn Strike Eagle back home where it's supposed to be at. That Strike Eagle been on that 308 ever since I got it. Just kind of using that as like a little testing optic. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me a little budget vortex and I'm going to use that as my testing optic. And I went ahead and red Loctite this Strike Eagle back on this 20-inch because this bitch ain't coming up off of here no more. This bitch finna live right here where it's supposed to be at. What I'm gonna do is, cause I ain't finna get rid of this target, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this bitch in half and then use the top part of it or fold it in half. Cause all I did was use this bottom part to kind of get zeroed with that dissipator. So I'm just gonna fold this target in half.
Shooters, we have 1 minute remaining. 1 minute remaining in this relay.
Yeah, I need to get my 308 right, man. I need to get my 308 right. I need to get it right. The dude that was next to me at the range, man, he outshot me like a motherfucker, man. I need to get that 308 right, man. I really do. Put me a trigger and a better optic, we'll be in the game, man. We'll be alright. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to use a full target, a whole target, a fresh, clean target. Mainly because I just moved that optic from off of the 308, so I want to have a big, whole, fresh target up there in case if I got to make some dramatic changes. This ain't that big of a deal though. They sell them $5 for a 5-pack. So basically, if all I did was just shoot that one little small grouping on that target, just a waste of $1, not that much.
Unload, clear all firearms. Lock actions open. Place firearms on the bench. Step back behind the yellow safety line.
Go ahead and get this 20-inch line back up.
The range is now cold. Do not touch or handle any firearm while the range is cold. They go forward, change your target. When you get back, stay behind the safety line.
So looking through my binoculars and my scope, I can kind of tell you that the T-zone shots are a little bit off to the right. It seems like with that 55 grain ammo, once that barrel get hot, that 55 grain ammo start to walk a little bit. But even with that being said, we still decent at 50 yards. We still more than combat effective. Plus, you seen the rate of fire that I was shooting, man. I kind of shoot, get back on target, shoot, get back on target, man. Especially at 50 yards. Ain't no waiting all day to shoot no damn target. But that's it right there, though, man. That's what we got, man. So we got the Dissapator lined up. We got the Vortex Spitfire 1X prism scope on there. Now we're finna move on to the 20-inch with the Vortex Strike Eagle.